Hey guys, how you doing? Just one quick one before we get to Christmas and New Year's. This will be our last video of the year. Thank you guys so much for the support over the year. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season with family and friends. And yes, once again, thank you very much. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It's the best way to help this little channel and our small business, just trying to help Canadians. And today I just want to talk quickly about why your Christmas bonus, if you're lucky enough to get one, is taxed so much or seemingly taxed so much compared to your regular paychecks, because it all has to do with tax brackets. So I'm going to give an example, and that's about it. And we're going to use Alberta in 2024 for this one. And one of my favorite things to use to show what the average tax rate is going to be is the Ernst & Young tax calculator. So you just type in EY tax calculator, your income. It'll show you all, what you're going to be left with after tax. So in this example, we got an Albertan male or female. They make $100,000 a year, and then they're going to get a $10,000 bonus, and we're going to look at how much that bonus is taxed compared to their regular income. So they make a $100,000 salary, and if you look at the numbers, they're taxed an average of 22.88% on the $100,000. So over the course of the year, payroll is just going to take off 22.88 and try and average it over the year, because they know how much your salary is supposed to be. Sometimes, depending if you get a raise, whatever, it's going to go up and down. So the reason for this is because in Canada we have a graduated tax system, which means we have tax brackets. And in Alberta, from 0 to 55,867, you have to pay 25% in tax on that portion of income. Over 55,867 up to 111,733, you have to pay 30.5% on that chunk of income. And now you're asking yourself, Kent, how the hell can I only pay 22.88 if my lowest tax rate is 25%? Well, that's because in Canada we have something called the basic personal amount, and this varies from province to province, and the federal government also has one, so you have to look at each province. In Alberta, well, we'll start with federal. So the federal government says that the only amount of money that a Canadian needs to live, which is your basic personal amount that shouldn't be taxed, is $15,705. So they say it only takes $15,705 for a Canadian to live really well. That's all they need for basic personal expenses. We're going to tax them zero on that. You get that back in the form of a tax credit, effectively making your tax rate on that amount zero. Over that amount, the federal government starts charging 15%, up to $21,885. That's what Alberta's basic personal amount is. So between that $15,000 and $21,000, you pay 15% in federal tax, and then Alberta's first tax rate starts coming in at 10%, which adds up to 25. So let's break this all down and see what this $100,000 income looks like. From 0 to 15,705, you pay 0% in tax. Doesn't matter how much money you make. Actually, it does a little bit, but don't worry about it. We won't get into that. Basically, Connor McDavid pays 0% tax on his first $16,000 in income. From 15,705 to 21,885, you pay 15%. From 21,885 to 55,867, you pay 25%. And from 55,867 to 100,000, you pay 30.5%. So if we add all those up, it's 0 plus 927, which is 15%, times 21,885 minus 15,705. And we just keep going down the line. The next 25% bracket Everybody pays $8,495.50 on that stretch. And then from 100 to 55,867, you pay 30.5%. So if you add all those up, it adds up to, you guessed it, $22,883, which is 22.88% of 100,000. But now you've got a $10,000 bonus. And all of that bonus falls into that 30.5% tax bracket. So you have to be taxed 30.5 on that chunk of $10,000, leaving you with $6,950. So what you're usually paying is your average of 22.88, but anytime you get a bonus, it's always going to come in at your marginal tax rate, whatever that is. And it can break into the next bracket, for example. So the good news is, if you put that $10,000 back into your RSP, then you're going to get a 30.5% return or refund on that contribution. So everything you put into your RSP comes back into you at your marginal tax rate. And then in retirement, supposedly your income should be lower. Therefore, when you're pulling out of your RSP, you're paying less of an average tax rate pulling it out than what you got putting it in. And that's why RSPs are a good thing. Didn't think I was going to get to that, but thank you guys again. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see you in the new year. Looking forward to it, and hope everyone's doing well. Stay safe. Cheers.